Hey guys, in today's video we will be looking at this problem called arrange some queries. So let's start with the problem statement first. We are given an array, let's say A, which is equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is our array, and the problem says that we are given two indexes in a query. So there is a query, we are given an L and one R. So for this L and R, we have to find the sum of the elements which are in this range. So what I meant by that, let's see an example. So let's say if L is equal to 1 and R is equal to 2 and the index is 0, 1, 2 and 3. For this we have to print the sum of these two elements, which will be 3 plus 2 equal to 5. So 5 will be the output, right? So let me brief it in short. The input is the size of array. So here size is 4. Then the array itself 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then the number of queries, let's say 5, or let's take it 2. And for each query we have L and R. So for this one we had 1 and 2. We can have anything like 2 and 3, right? So for 2 and 3 it will be 7, the output. So I'm writing output here. For this query the output will be 5. So I guess the problem statement is clear to you. Now let's look at an approach for solving this. Before I start with the approach, we would first have to look at this, that what actually is partial and prefix sum or prefix sum. Both are the same thing. So for an array A, which is 1, 2, 3 and 4, or let me say it like this, A0, A1, A2 and so on up till AN. And we know that sum is A0 plus A1 plus up till AN. So this is the sum. Now partial sum is sum from the starting of the array. So let's take this. So for partial sum of, let's say 2, it will be, the indexing is 0, 1, 2 and 3. So it will be A0 plus A1 plus A2. Okay, this will be the partial sum, or we can call it as prefix sum. Prefix sum is the name prefix is from starting, right? So prefix is something that is before it. So if we have a string, prefix is the starting part, some starting part. So similarly here, prefix is the sum. Okay, so this is the sum, and now we can talk about the approach of solving this problem. So we have an array. So we have to give sum of a certain range, right? For that, first we will calculate the prefix sum. Let's call this as S. So prefix sum for the first position will be sum till 0th, so it will be 1 itself. Then 1, and we will add this element. 1 plus 2 will be 3. 3 plus 3 will be 6, and then 6 plus 4 will be 10, right? So this is our prefix sum with index 0, 1, 2 and 3. So let's say we have to give this sum of this range 1 and 2. So we can see we have sum up till 2. So sum up till 2 is 6, right? We have something like 1, 2, 3 and 4. Sum up till here is 6, and we have to find this one. So we can remove everything that is before L. So this is L, this is R, which is given to us in the query. So we can remove everything that is here. So we can remove everything. If there were 2, 3 elements, we would have removed that. Now how we can do that removal efficiently? So if let's say we didn't use the prefix sum approach, so we can go like 1, 2, 3 and 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, and then we will get some queries. Let's say L equal to 0, L equal to 2, and one query L equal R, sorry R, L equal to 1. A very naive approach, so let's discuss the naive approach, can be starting from this in a for loop. So for I is equal to L up till N, up till R we can say, and then we can calculate that sum. So let's take a sum, and we can do AI plus equal to AI, right? And we can print out this sum. And similarly, when we will get some another query, we will do the same and same and same and so on. So this approach will take us a time of order of n square. If in the worst case, if queries is equal to n, right? Otherwise it will be order n q, where n is the size of array and these are queries, number of queries, right? Now let's consider the approach of using prefix sum or partial sum. So for that, 1, 2, 3 and 4, so let's take this example of this sum where L is equal to 1 and R is equal to 2. For that we have sum up till here, so let's take that, and our prefix sum up till what, R, right? And this is for R equal to 2, and now we have to subtract everything that is here, right? So this part we have to subtract. So for that we can subtract this prefix sum, so we can do minus s L minus 1, right? And L here was equal to 1, so this will be 0, s of 0 is 1, so 6 minus 1 will give us a 5, and that is our answer. So this is the approach which will be used in solving this problem. Now let's look at the implementation in C++, how we can implement it. We can start with creating a array of integers, or we can similarly take the input from user itself, right? Let's keep the size in a variable a dot size, and let's create a partial sum vector, and its size will be equal to n, size of the array. So this is our partial sum and this is the array. Now for we know that for 0th position it will be equal to that element in the array, that is ps of 0 will always be equal to a of 0, right? Because sum up till the 0th element is the 0th element itself, right? So we will do that. ps of 0 will be equal to a of 0, and then we can start building our partial sum. So for I equal to 1, I is less than n, 1 we are taking here because we have done initialization for 0, so we will now start from first element, and for that we can do partial sum of I will be equal to a of I, that is the element in the array itself, and then whatever the previous sum was, previous partial sum was, and that will be ps of I minus 1. So one another reason of taking I is equal to 1 and not 0 was because if we do a minus 1 here and we would have taken 0, so we would have a negative index which is not allowed inside arrays, right? So we have created our partial sum. Now we can handle the queries. Let's say the query int L is equal to 1, R is equal to 2, and then we can check if L is equal to 0, right? 0. So for L equal to 0, we know that it is asking for a sum from starting up till some position. So we have already have that inside partial sum. So in this case, we doesn't have to do anything. We can simply return a of partial sum of R, right? Like 0, 1, 2 and 3, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So partial sum of this will be 0, 1, and then we will add this 3, we will add this and write here, which will be 6. So if it asks us for something like partial sum of this index 2, we can simply return 3, and if L is equal to 0 in that condition. So this is the example of this condition. Otherwise, in the else part, we can return partial sum of R minus partial sum of L minus 1. So this will be the answer, right? This is how we are doing. We can run this on an example, so I will do that. It will be much more clear after that. So I'll take A is equal to 1, 2 and 3, so a simple one. Partial sum we have created as 1, we will add this and put it here 3, we will add this and put it here 6, and let my indexes 0, 1 and 2. So this we can see, if it is asking for a partial sum of L equal to 1 and R is equal to 2, we can do partial sum of 2 minus partial sum of L minus 1, that is 1 minus 1, which is 0. So partial sum of 2 is 6 minus partial sum of 0 is 1, which will give me an answer of 5, and we can verify it that 2 plus 3 from this is equal to 5. I hope this problem is very clear to you. If you have any doubt, do comment in the comment section. If this video helped you in any way, share it with your friends and do hit the like button and consider subscribing the channel. Thank you.